Alright, what's going on, guys? It's Trev back again here bringing another video. This one's going to be doing a, video review of the first series of the TV show Walking Dead figures, TV series 1. This is kind of like the second series that we've gotten of Walking Dead figures because we did get the comic book figures before these guys, and now we're going to be getting the first wave of this. Then, of course, there's going to be another wave coming out in July, and then another one again in September of 2012. So let's get the review started. Let's do Daryl Dixon. All right, so here we have Daryl Dixon out of packaging, and behind him we have the zombie walker biter. Rick in there. We've got two of the comic book zombies to give you a size comparison. These guys are in the same scale as the comic book figures, which is very cool because you can put them with the comic book figures if you want to. I mean, there's some pretty cool posters where you have sort of like on the left side you have the comic book version of the characters, and on the right side you have the TV show. I don't know if you guys have seen those kinds of posters, but promotional posters, but they're pretty cool. And I think I can see a lot of people putting them in the displays together. I mean, the zombies themselves, definitely the TV show ones look more realistic. The comic book ones look more comic booky. But I definitely think that they can go well together, and you can put them into a display if you want to, together, and they would, fit in just fine. So I really like this figure a lot. When I saw this figure in packaging, I don't know, I like the packaging a lot, but I kind of was a little worried about the figure itself and how it would turn out on its own, without the packaging and everything. And I got to say that it's really good. It's really, really cool. For the size, it's an amazing figure. As you guys know, I'm not a fan of the size. I prefer 6-inch, but what are you going to do, right? This is what we got. So, I mean, I guess just with the way prices are going nowadays and figures are going, this is just, this is how it's going to be from now on. We're going to be getting figures that are a little bit smaller. Luckily, Marvel Legends are coming back and that kind of stuff's happening, but most of the industry has kind of shrunk a lot of their products down. So here we have Daryl. And he comes with his crossbow. He comes with these squirrels here. He comes with a knife, which he did use early on in the show. I believe it was the third episode of The Walking Dead, first season, where he had the knife and he pulls the knife on Rick, and Rick and Shane are wrestling with him, and he goes, "Headlocks are illegal." It's one of my favorite lines. Because if you guys don't know, in wrestling, like actual wrestling, the sport, you're not allowed to headlock. You can grab an arm and a head, but you can't grab just someone's head by itself. You got to grab an arm with it. He also comes with this axe and pitchfork. We saw him use the pitchfork when he was putting down some walkers at the camp, and he almost charged at Jim with this, and then Rick pulled his gun on him. It was just like, hey, stop it. I like the crossbow a lot. The crossbow looks really cool. The squirrels as well. Good detailing on the squirrels. Those look very neat. They hang over. You can move this too. You can put it on the other side if you want. But I mean, most of us are probably gonna pose them with the crossbow in hand. What else is there? Really nice detailing on the jeans. The shirt looks good, and I think the likeness is pretty good of Daryl here. He looks quite a bit like him. The only thing is that the eyes are kind of big, if you see what I mean there. There's not a lot of detailing in the eyes themselves, but it's kind of hard to get detailing. Eyes are hard to do anyway. From a customizer perspective, they're very hard to paint eyes. It's probably the hardest part on doing a figure is painting the eyes. But on this one, they're just solid dots. And so those look a little wonky, but from far away you can't tell. And the rest of the figure is really good. It really looks a lot like Norman Reedus from The Walking Dead. This is, this character right here, in my opinion, is probably the coolest addition to the TV show of anybody, of any of the characters. This one's definitely the coolest. His articulation is pretty decent. You've got a ball joint there at the shoulders. It does have pretty good movement. Here, I'll show you a little bit. And another thing with the crossbow, it does have this strap here. So you could, kind of put it over his shoulder if you want to, and have him hold something else. So that's pretty cool. And the articulation is good on him. Very good, actually. A ball joint, but it doesn't go up too high. And then he's got a swivel at the bicep. And a single joint, but it goes pretty far, as you can see, pretty far up. And then he does have a single joint at the wrists. And you can get some pretty good, grip poses out of it. As you can see, it's got quite a bit of movement. The legs are where the body, there's nothing. There's nothing in the body at all. The legs are kind of where it's kind of a little wonky. It's got this weird joint here that I'm not really sure what it's supposed to do. It can kind of turn, but then it just makes his pants look weird. You've got this joint here, but it doesn't do hardly anything. So there really isn't a whole lot of posability in the legs with this guy. Mostly what you're going to be doing is keeping him in that one kind of pose, probably with the crossbow, or maybe with a knife. But I mean, you got to display Daryl with a crossbow. So anyway, that's his figure review. I'll go on to the other figures from the first series of the Walking Dead TV show. This figure, I like this figure a lot. I'm going to give this figure an 8 out of 10. Very decent figure for the TV show. Off to a really nice start, and look forward to the other ones coming very soon. See you guys.